the final game?
Unfortunately, like the score. Give Rice credit. They played very well, I thought, today. Played with a lot of energy. They got off after our offense. On offense, they made some big plays. Took advantage of a couple calls where we had some one-on-one situations and made plays. Give them the credit. They finished the season after starting 0-3. They finished the season the way we wanted us to finish the season, but we didn't get it done.
What was in your decision to put in Cadet for a little bit and then Greenlee at the end?
Well, we were struggling offensively. We went to a package that we'd been practiced going into this final game. Something that we've done earlier in the season. We just thought, offensively we needed a spark to change things up.
Tim, was Brian not reading the defense right, or how would you assess how he did?
There was a few different things going on. We weren't protecting them all the way. We're getting knocked off routes. We weren't always running the routes the right way. Led to a breakdown of trust, and part of it was Brian not hanging in there, trusting things.
Was Rice showing you guys some new stuff they hadn't shown?
Not really. It probably pressured us a little bit more than what they had shown coming in. But they basically played about what we practiced against.
And going with Greenlee there for the fourth, I'm sure Cadet was a package situation, but going to Greenlee in the fourth, can you expand upon that? Why go with him at that point?
We were looking for a spark, and we thought, hey, maybe Zach come in. He's going to have a chance to compete this spring. We thought, he deserved an opportunity to see what he can do down the stretch, and again, give Rice credit. They kept playing hard. Made it difficult to stand in there and sit in the pocket and read it and make the throws, and they finished the game the way that you're supposed to.
How would you assess your quarterback situation going into this offseason? Is Burrell the main guy? Is it his job, or are you going to open it all up?
There's always going to be a competitive situation. We're going to go through this spring and see how everybody competes. That's the beauty of spring ball. Nobody's inheriting any positions, and we'll go out and compete, see who comes out of it the best.
Coach, when you talk about the 16-6 score and then the decision to kind of go forward without maybe getting a chance to make it a one-possession game, still within a lot of time left to go, and that sort of thought process?
Yeah, I think that was in the second quarter, I think. I thought we had some momentum. In that area of the field is a place where we're typically going for two. Cody hit a couple long field goals today going the other direction, but there was a little breeze coming out of that direction. And I just thought that was a point in the game where we needed to get set. They held us to field goals before. I thought we had some momentum built up there, and I thought, obviously, assuming we could convert, we did. But I thought we would. Hopefully go down and score 7, 7-3.
And I know there are a lot of elements to the game. It just seemed like Rice's offense was able to go to the perimeter and go over the top, something you guys were able to do. Is that maybe simplifying?
Maybe a little bit. I thought for the most part, we defended the run. The quarterback, made some runs against us on the draw play early that hurt us. Early on the perimeter, they got the bubble quick screen stuff going a little bit, but they threw the ball over the top, and we've got to be more physical. In our secondary, got to get off blocks, and we've got to keep it in front. You give up easy ones like that, it can be discouraging.
It was 4th and 1. You guys instead of going for the field goal and stuff, and then there was a 3-yard loss on the pass. Was that play? Was that a call for Brian to make, or was that a call by Coach Schramm, or why go with that?
Our coaches make the call, but there's always a read involved in it, and there's a couple different factors on what we're reading, and we didn't execute very well. We didn't block on the perimeter, and I'll check with coach to see exactly what the check was, but obviously we didn't execute it, and they did. They beat a block and made a play.
At the end of the end of the first quarter, they scored 2 touchdowns in like a 9-second span. How tough was that to stomach there?
It was real tough. They put a drive together where they scored. We came back and had a turnover, and then they threw the ball, I think, on a double move over the top, and that swing right there was obviously the big swing in the ball game. We were not able to bounce back from it. I thought we started settling in defensively after that and gave ourselves a chance. And we had some drives where we had the ball across the 50, but we didn't finish. That's the if you're not able to finish those drives, you're not going to win football games. 6 points doesn't win a lot of football games.
Coach, you got a couple seniors with you. What was the message to the seniors, if at all different than what the team was you had after the game?
Well, we talked in the locker room, and I told them I appreciate everything they've done for Fresno State. Being the first senior or first team ever to get to a bowl game after starting 0-3. There's a lot of ups and downs in this year, and they stood steady and stood strong, and I appreciated their leadership. Obviously wishing them well, and safe travels as our guys go home for Christmas.
Karl, you had an amazing game tonight. You're one of the seniors out here. You got 3 bowl games. You guys don't come out on top on any of those. Can you just talk about the effort tonight and what it was like to be out there?
For us seniors, it was our last game, so it was just either win or go home. So the goal was to win and just match the effort out there, and everybody just tried the hardest.
How tough is it going against that Rice offense out there?
We're battling back and forth. Give credit to Rice, they're physical. We just got more physical also, and just when it comes down to it, everybody's got to get the ball.
Karl, there was a few big gains. It seemed like in the middle of you guys' zone. Was there something going on there that was lending itself for Rice to convert 15+ yard passes?
Not sure. It was just coverages that someone had to guard the middle, someone wasn't there, not doing the job, and we missed it. But yeah.
I know they're all tough, all these losses. But how does this bowl defeat compare with the other two?
This one just hurts the most. It's just because the senior doesn't want to lose his last game going out. So it was better if he could go out with the win. So this one hurts the most.
Josh, did you ever feel at any time that you guys were starting to gain traction on offense there, or was it one of those tough nights where it just never got going?
Well, first half we started really well. I thought our offensive lineman did a great job of blocking. The run game was moving, it was consistent, and so once we came into the second half, we wanted a big play because we were down by so much, and so we turned more to the passing game. So that was the big change that we made in the second half.
You haven't been here for all of the bowls and stuff, but how is this bowl sitting with you?
Well, it's real humbling. I'm just thankful to be at this bowl game because we were on thin ice of being eligible for a bowl game. So once we got the opportunity, playing our last week against Hawaii and being able to beat them, knowing that we had the opportunity to go to bowl game, I was just real thankful. So every opportunity that we had, I think we took advantage of it. But big plays. Like throwing interceptions can really kill you, and I'll take part of the responsibility for that because that takes a toll. Once you have the momentum, it keeps going, and we put the defense in a bad position as an offense.
Karl, did you feel like sorry?
Coach, can you just kind of talk about these bowl now? This is 3 years in a row where I know it's kind of been tough, and it was a little bit of a slow start today, but just how puzzling or how frustrated are you with kind of these bowl games and how they've gone so far?
Clearly, it's frustrating. Prepare, practice. I thought our guys were extremely competitive in practice, and come out against a good Rice team and get outplayed. So that part's frustrating. Each year is different. There's a different dynamic in each year. But when you play bowl games, obviously you're playing against good teams. They've won on their end and are well coached. We've got to figure out a way to get over the top, and that's going to be our charge this year. We've got to learn how to finish.
Season as a whole, finishing 6-8. Your first losing season here at Fresno State. What are your thoughts on just recapping the season, in your opinion?
Yeah, I really haven't thought about that part much, other than it's not acceptable. It's something that we've got to fix. We have a higher standard than that here, and we've got to go back to work when our guys come back in January. That we're going to finish things better than we finished this year.
Anything else, guys? All right. Thank you, Coach.